The main thing we always want to see when a brand new monster arrives in My Singing Monsters is its sound. What is the sound of this new monster that has just arrived in the game? And that's because My Singing Monsters is a musical game. All monsters have unique and amazing sounds. Some have simple sounds, others have very elaborate sounds and even make more than 2 sounds at the same time. But have you ever stopped to think about what these monsters sounded like before they were released in the game? What was the first version of the monsters' sounds? That test version of the sound, or even a version that was changed before its release? So today, in this video, we're going to look at the first versions of the monsters' sounds in My Singing Monsters. Those monsters that had their initial sound versions revealed. Were these sounds very different? Well, we'll see that today in this video. To start, I'll talk about 2 seasonals that already had different versions of their sounds revealed, which actually weren't officially revealed, but in a video announcing the seasonals in My Singing Monsters Composer, we can hear the beta sound of Vivane, which was quite different from her current sound, and the sound of Hula, which really seems to be her first sound created for Seasonal Shanty.
Yippity-yay, yippity-yo.
And as you can see, yes, these sounds are different from the final versions of these seasonals on Seasonal Shanty. Vivine's sound seems a bit slower and in a different rhythm, and Hula's sound has a different tone in her voice, which is definitely the easiest difference to notice. But yes, both of them have sounds that differ from their first versions created for this island. And now we're going to talk about something that was recently revealed by BBB, which was the first versions of the magical islands, which were actually supposed to be fire islands in the game. That's right. All magical islands, from Light Island to Bone Island, were originally meant to be fire islands, but that was changed. And BBB wanted to show us what these islands would sound like in those versions. They actually showed the first version of the music for these islands, and there we can see many changes in the monsters' voices, since everything was first recorded by Dave Kerr, who created the music, and then the voice actors would perform the monster sounds based on what he created. So many monsters in these versions have completely different voices, and the instrumentals also have very different
dum dum dum, dum diddly dum 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 dum, dum diddly dum 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 dum, dum diddly dum 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 dum, la la, dum diddly dum 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 dum, dum diddly dum 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 dum, la la, dum diddly dum 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 dum, dum diddly dum 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 dum,
Dum diddly dum 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 dum. 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 Dum diddly dum 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 dum.
There are too many to comment on one by one, but yes, it really was very different. Kana with Dave Kerr's voice is very funny, and these are definitely great examples of first versions of monster sounds in the game. Now, a class in My Singing Monsters that had teasers revealing monster sounds in small videos posted by My Singing Monsters on Facebook and Vine were the Wublins. Yes, many of them had their sounds shown before they were in the game, and these sound versions were a bit different from the ones we got in the game, either with some effect or a slightly lower quality version of what would later be released. So since these were the first versions of these monsters sounds shown to us, I'll show them to you. Not all of them have this, but I'll show all the ones whose sounds were revealed in a different way. And these monsters are Zucker, Giger, Bon Appetit, Zinth, and Crepuscules. And as you saw, some of them really have sounds that change a lot, while others don't change as much. So maybe this was meant to somewhat hide the monster's official sound, or some had their sounds changed into a better version before being released. Leave your opinions in the comments. Now, talking about another promotional video focused on Hula, there's a video that shows this monster on Air Island and Earth Island, a very normal video with nothing special, but in the background you can hear the sound of Earth Island, except with a slightly different sound, Potbelly's sound being performed in a completely different way. Yes guys, it's... Yes guys, it seems this is the first version of Potbelly's sound on Earth Island. It almost sounds like another monster, maybe a version of Mammoth, who knows. But from what we can see, it really was an old version of Potbelly's sound which doesn't resemble the current one at all, except for what he's singing. His voice is very different. And in an unlisted video on the My Singing Monsters YouTube channel, we can see a video about Monster Happiness, kind of a forgotten tutorial that ended up being left on the game's channel, but what really matters are the two background sounds that are different from the final versions in the game First we see Cold Island, but the music is from Water Island. And in this version, we can hear Sponge and Dandy Doo's sounds in a different form, a beta version or even the first version of these monster sounds. I'll let you hear these sounds. These versions seem to have been re-recorded or something like that, but the difference is clear, especially Sponge's sound, which was definitely re-recorded, and this version seems to have been discarded or recorded only for that video. But that's it, guys. This video ends here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. See you later.